Latest Andrea Berta masterclass at Arsenal, primed to secure elite French talent, but Real Madrid spectre looms. Arsenal are now emerging as real contenders to secure the signing of one of the best defensive talents in European football, with sources telling TEAMtalk how sporting director Andrea Berta could land another potential transfer coup. Berta has been a busy man since officially joining the Gunners in March 2025 after Edu's exit from the position, and the work never stops as he targets a move for an elite Ligue 1 star next. Rennes star Jeremy Jacquet is emerging as one of the most wanted young players in Europe, but the French outfit want to keep their prized asset until the summer. The 20-year-old, who is a natural central defender but can also play fullback, is considered as France's next top defensive prospect. And with that sort of profile, our sources can reveal that Arsenal are now emerging as genuine contenders for his signature. We understand that Berta is keeping close tabs on Europe's top talent, and Jacquet is a player the North London outfit are huge fans of, despite the fact they are already well stocked in defense. Indeed, the Gunners brought in Christian Mosquera and Polo Hincapié last summer, whilst also handing new deals to outstanding center-back tearing William Saliba and Gabriel, all under Berta's watch. The likes of Ricardo Calafori and Urian Timber are also present to form a formidable backline at the Emirates. However, Ben White is a player that, as we have revealed, Arsenal are ready to move on from this summer, and if that was the case, Jacquet is seen a high-class option to come in. All that means a summer deal is ideal for them, instead of any January move though. We are told by sources close to Rennes that they are thinking a summer deal would bring in a higher fee, so they are happy to wait, and they also believe a bidding war could ensue as there are a huge number of clubs showing an interest. Manchester United have recently joined the chase, which, aside from Arsenal, already included Liverpool and Chelsea. But one club who have been doing the most work on Jacquet in recent months is Real Madrid, who see him as a player of huge potential, as my colleague Dean Jones has also written about recently. Latest Arsenal news, huge Güler signing boost, telling Guehi update. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta and sporting director Andrea Berta have received a boost in their quest to sign Arda Güler, with a Spanish report claiming that the Real Madrid attacking midfielder is worried about his future at Estadio Bernabeu following the departure of Xabi Alonso. Elsewhere, Liverpool will not face a threat from Gunners boss Mikel Arteta in their pursuit of Marc Guehi in the January transfer window, according to a reliable source. Finally, one of Arsenal's best players has been offered to Real Madrid as a potential replacement for Vinicius Jr., according to a speculative report in the Spanish media. Gary Neville receives Arsenal response after complaints over Gabriel Martinelli comments. Sky Sports pundit Gary Neville sparked the most Ofcom complaints of 2026 so far after his on-air criticism of Gabriel Martinelli for pushing Connor Bradley during Arsenal's goalless draw with Liverpool. More than 560 complaints were lodged with Ofcom regarding remarks made by Sky Sports commentator Gary Neville regarding an incident involving Gabriel Martinelli and the injured Connor Bradley during Arsenal's draw with Liverpool last week. Arsenal fans made their views clear with chants directed towards Neville this week. In the closing stages of the goalless encounter, Martinelli attempted to push Bradley off the pitch whilst he lay on the ground near the touchline, provoking fury from the Liverpool defenders' teammates. The Brazilian's conduct was widely criticized, with Martinelli subsequently posting an apology on social media to Bradley, who was carried off on a stretcher and requires surgery for the knee injury he suffered. Neville was providing commentary on the match at the time and condemned Martinelli's behavior, stating, "You can't push him off the pitch. You cannot do that. That is so poor. An apology is needed. Bradley is being stretchered off. I'm fumed with Martinelli, to be honest. I don't know how the Liverpool players didn't go over and absolutely whack him, to be honest with you, and take a red card. Absolutely disgraceful, that." A new report from the Mail has disclosed that Neville's remarks caught the attention of viewers and generated 567 complaints to Ofcom regarding Sky's broadcast of the match, the highest number in 2026 so far.
Whilst Neville's remarks gained traction online amongst supporters following the fixture, he was not the sole Sky Sports pundit who criticized Martinelli, with Roy Keane branding the forward's actions an absolute disgrace. Former Liverpool striker Daniel Sturridge also criticized Martinelli's behavior, stating, "It's disappointing to see. There's passion and there's being a winner. There's wanting to help your teammates, but you've got to be respectful as a footballer." Arsenal fervent. Kidner, a new report, F of the camp, Arda Güler refuses to give up. The aftermath of the incident, which saw referee Anthony Taylor issue Martinelli with a yellow card, the forward addressed the matter on social media, explaining, "Connor and I have messaged and I've already apologized to him. I really didn't understand he was seriously injured in the heat of the moment." He added, "I want to say I'm deeply sorry for reacting, sending Connor all my best again for a quick recovery." Arsenal fans responded to Neville's remarks by singing "Gary Neville, he's a wanker, he's a wanker" in the 3-2 win against Chelsea in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final on Wednesday night, after the same chant was also heard in the FA Cup victory at Portsmouth on Saturday. Arsenal's long-standing interest in Arda Güler could resurface following a recent managerial change at Real Madrid, a development that may create an opportunity for the Premier League club to make a move. The Turkish midfielder has found regular game time hard to secure in Madrid, often featuring only when senior players are unavailable, which has limited his ability to develop consistency at the highest level. Arsenal monitoring situation closely. Mikel Arteta is understood to be a strong admirer of Güler and sees similarities between his situation and that of Martin Odegaard earlier in his career. Arsenal continue to work intensively to attract what they believe are the best players available, and Güler remains firmly on their radar. The club's recruitment approach is focused on identifying elite talent that can be developed within their system, and the Turkish attacker fits that profile. Güler's lack of opportunities has naturally led to speculation about his future. Arsenal believe his technical quality and creativity would complement their current squad, especially given their emphasis on attacking fluidity. While no formal move has yet been made, the club are attentive to developments in Madrid and is prepared to act if the conditions become favorable. Player open to reassessing future. From Güler's perspective, a change of club could become appealing if his situation does not improve. The arrival of a new manager at Real Madrid has introduced uncertainty, but also a potential turning point. The midfielder is expected to assess how his role evolves under the new coach before making any definite decisions about his future. As reported by Defensa Central, Arsenal remain keen on the player, while Güler is actively considering his options as he looks to prioritize his career development. The report suggests he is willing to wait and see whether his game time increases, but is prepared to explore a move away if it does not. This scenario represents a possible boost for Arsenal, who are content to remain patient rather than rush into negotiations. Their strategy is to monitor Güler's situation closely and be ready should the opportunity arise to add him to their squad. With both club and player aligned in their desire for progress, the coming months could prove decisive in determining whether Arsenal finally make their move. Ben White makes honest Viktor Gyökeres claim as Arsenal title challenge clear. Ben White has heaped praise on Viktor Gyökeres after the Arsenal striker found the net against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. Ben White believes Viktor Gyökeres does not get the credit that he deserves after the Swede scored his 8th goal of the season in Arsenal's win against Chelsea. The right-back made his second consecutive appearance for the Gunners at Stamford Bridge on Wednesday night and opened the scoring with a well-taken header from Declan Rice's corner. The 28-year-old then set up Viktor Gyökeres minutes into the second half as his low cross into the box went through the hands of Robert Sanchez, leaving the former Sporting CP man to tap into an empty net. "We always want to play quickly," White explained, after the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg win. "It's when we can be in those one-on-one situations which is amazing for us. I knew that Viktor Gyökeres was going to be waiting in there, and I literally just fired it across as hard as I could, really. It's amazing for Gyökeres to score. You see how much he works during the game, and he doesn't get the credit that he deserves, and yeah, it's amazing for him to score tonight." Alejandro Garnacho did pull one back for the home side shortly after Jokeric's goal, but Martin Zubimendi lashed Arsenal's third into the corner after more good work by the Swedish international. Only one goal separated the sides come the full-time whistle though, with Garnacho scoring a second and making the second leg at Emirates Stadium on February 3rd all the more interesting. Obviously, we're delighted with the win. We didn't play as well as we probably could have, and the transitions we probably didn't handle as well as we should have. But yeah, we scored 3, won the game, and it's on to the next one now. We need to win that one. The Gunners have a 3-day turnaround as they take on Nottingham Forest in the Premier League on Saturday, hoping to extend their lead at the top of the table. We're ready to go again, White added. We'll move on to the next game. That's our aim now. The fans were amazing. They're always amazing. It's no shock that they come here and you can hear them all night. So yeah, we all really appreciate it.